High school Jenny was a very emotional young woman, to say the least. She was very creative, quite a romantic, and took to various outlets on getting through her emotions and the daily sufferings of a 15-year-old. I grew up during the time of LiveJournal and MySpace, and one of the best ways of letting out your inner turmoil was poetry. And I would share my poetry sometimes with my LiveJournal followers or with friends on MySpace, or very, very rarely I'd use it as the caption for whatever my profile picture was. All of this to say, I was going through my old laptop the other day that had things on it from the family PC that we had shared in the basement that had stuff on it from way back in, let's say, 2002. I went to high school between 2003 and 2007. So this was peak emo scene kid time. And during this time, I got into songwriting and poetry. I was surrounded by slam poetry, and I really got a taste for the sort of bohemian and beatnik sort of style. I think it goes without saying that I had a lot of heartaches and yearnings going on in my going on in myself with all the crushes that I had during this time. Anyway, on this old laptop, I found some top quality content in the form of my high school poetry. So I thought, why not share it all with you guys on the internet? Yeah. Sit back, relax, prepare your giggle bones for having a laugh at my expense while I probably cringe my face off. Okay, I'm gonna need a drink. That's better. Where do we start? Microsoft Word has crashed. Awesome. Right, this one's called Contemplating. It seems like I really enjoyed the sort of stream of consciousness type of writing. A lot of this has no context. December 12th, 2005. I was 16. All right, sure, let's go for it. 16-year-old Jenny. Contemplating. Angry? No, just frustrated. Sad? No, just unhappy. Dazed? No, just thinking. Contemplating. He was different today. I figured it was about him. No explanation. Oh God. Recurring ideas. I said I would stop. I just need to point out this entire thing is written in lowercase letters. There's no there's punctuation, but there's no any kind of capitals or anything quite like that. Very E.E. Cummings. Anyway, it continues. The other nag. Not a nag, something else. Heartstrings being stretched 1,000 miles, then snapped back like an elastic. Oh, nice one, Jenny. It's painful. Contemplating. Furious? Yes, a little bit. Hurt? Yes, terribly. Lost? Yes, completely. Contemplating. Okay, all right. I like the sort of structure. We're doing a lot of, got some nice symmetrical structure going on. Okay, cool. Oh God. And a little bit more in a similar vein. This was the time of lol random types, and apparently I engaged in a little bit of that. This one's called Tuesday. I don't know. Why is she running? The lizards are coming to conquer your cascading papers. A slip and a fall mean nothing at all when consciousness uglies and tapers. Using some great thesaurus words here. Teacup, the mug, it contains my drug, though bags do rip and tear. The mirror cracks, as does my back, but he's a little worse for wear. Who is this? Sticky back ruler, such that would fool her, but she's as blind as can be. New sticks jump, on his wrist a lump. I need 30 cents, says he. What the hell was I on? Oh, this was about Simon. A dark eye to fear, a mumble to hear, not monster, but towering fright. A flower too soft, mind too aloft, a head that will never turn right. Right to up high, the threatening eye that haunts a heart in love. It was quite the Tuesday. Oh, and then we get into some more crush type feelings. This one, oh, this is great. Oh my god. Oh my god, I was so in love with him. My heart beating, thumping inside my rib cage, chocolate curls dancing, his knees jutting out at my sides. I'm a ball, a block, pulsing all the while, and we are still locked in each other's eyes with that knowledge, understanding of empathy. I understand him. He understands me. I don't love him. Wow. Wow. When is that from? That's got to be grade 11 or something. Yeah. Yeah. Grade 11. Hey, hey, Darren. This is brutal. I'm sorry. What is this one? So, a lot of the time I'd write for my own amusement and for my own sake, but in grade 11 and 12, I took a writer's craft course, and so I was doing creative writing for evaluation, and of course you have to hand it in, and I just had no shame when it came to whatever I handed in to teachers. I didn't care what they thought of me. I wanted them to know just how weird I was. I guess this one's not so bad. This one's called 12 Lines of Truth, and it's from January 2007. I am a melody that plays in a few simple chords. I am the satisfaction of a completed task. I am a jazz cat's heartbeat. I am peace at afternoon tea. I am their daughter, her sister, their friend. I am a serotonin high. I am a sparrow soaring with eagles. Nice. I'm a daisy surrounded by tiger lilies. I'm the nocturnal fairy that dances around a garden. I am a poem that barely makes sense. I am the happily ever after of a fairy tale. I am a story yet to be written. That was 17-year-old Jenny there. There you go. She's getting the hang of it a bit. Around this time, I was exposed to a lot of slam poetry, and though I could never quite get the hang of it myself, a lot of my friends did, and I still have a few friends now who are excellent, excellent actual touring slam poets that perform. One of them is in England right now, I think. Obviously, that worked very well for them, but it just didn't work for me. But this is an attempt. This one I did actually perform for the guy in question. Not for him, but like he was in the room and he knew it was about him. It was dead obvious. Oh my god. Oh my god. So we had this magnum opus, this like collection of a bunch of poetry that we had to hand in either at the end of the semester or whatever it was. And I had these poems printed out on different backgrounds and photos and things. And for this one, I put a just subtly blurred picture of the man in question. Hi, Ben. And dude, it's not even discreet. It's like it's duh, it's about him, but like I said, I didn't hold anything back. I had no shame. So here I shall attempt my best slam poem reading. This one's called Admirable. Look at you, up there, doing what you love with friends that you love, and sending your melodies and words through our minds and our hearts and our... Ugh. You're so... Oh my god, he's so hot. What's his name? Oh my god, I don't know. I do. They warned me about you. They did. When they all swooned at your drop-dead hotness, I didn't see you at all. Damn. Now I kind of feel like I missed out. But you are exactly the way they described you, just a bit more of everything. Maturing couldn't ruin you. And it hasn't. Stay in there, bud. I watch you from a few meters away. Beneath you, still looking up, but this time with heartache. Ooh, that song! That crying guitar! It whines in pain and whines and whines, and oh my god, I think I love you! I should point out he was a guitarist. He was the lead guitar in a band, and obviously I was a major fan girl over it. Moonlit forever! Look at you. Sweeter than I could have expected, and even more charming when you're telling me a story and you gaze into my eyes and make me believe that you're romancing me to beyond belief. But no. You're just you. You didn't ask for any of this, and I'm so sorry if anything I've said has, well, creeped you out. You're just so admirable. I want to be like you. True. I'm so sorry, Ben. I'm so sorry. You're like, this isn't actually too bad. I was afraid that they were going to be horrible. But I'm kind of impressed. I mean, it's not like I was 12 writing this, right? Like, when you're 12, you have a different sort of grasp on language, and, you know, it's a little more cringy. I don't know what I wrote when I was 12, but this one's kind of cute. This one's called Behind Doors. Although the first line is just, What stops my heart, my love? Is it when you start to speak? Is it knowing you'll say those 3 little words and tell me you'll love me? Or is it something that's not seen, or that warming laugh of yours? No, it's just the thought of you, smiling behind doors. Evidence of Jenny never actually talking to her crushes and the people she was in love with. Yeah, she always knew they were just on the other side of the door, and just knowing that they were in that kind of proximity stopped her heart, apparently. Oh my god. What else we got? Oh, this one's kind of special to me. This is a poem I wrote for my friend Lisa, who I had become friends with in grade 9, and we were besties all the way through, and I still keep in touch with her as best I can, and she's still one of my main girls. And I wrote this for her after a very, very upsetting heartbreak. It's just called Poem for Lisa. I loved him, she says while eating her chocolate cake, and the rouge creeps into her eyes. It's her way of unwinding time after time when Bonzo breaks her heart. She didn't actually eat chocolate cake all that much. I just really like the sound of that line. She knows it's for the best, but she knows it will be tough, and she knows all her crying's the same. But she kept holding on time after time, except now it's her turn to win. She is not me, though I think it might be that this phenomenon occurs to most. I have yet to know the anger and images that crawl through her mind and the feeling of complete betrayal. The fork drops and crashes on the plate, piercing eardrums with its screech, and I look up at her, still crying and red, and I push the plate over to the side. Touching, Jenny. Well done. Well done. High school Jenny was very concerned with where she fit in the sort of hierarchy of people. She was very aware of where she fit in the hierarchy of people, let's say. I didn't really belong to a clique, but it was very obvious that I wasn't popular. I wasn't one of the pretty girls, and I felt that on the regular. This is a poem I wrote about entering the world of the pretty girls, and it's called The Winner's Circle. Step on down to the winner's circle, where the sun always shines in phosphofluorescent. Leave insecurities at home, you won't need any more than what you're sure to catch here. It's a heaven place, the winner's circle, where everyone smiles and grins with staples in their dimples. Porcelain skin, shimmering hair and eyes, and that, "Hi, I'm so-and-so," in place of a "Hello, my name is." The paint's peeling off the walls here, revealing its former horror and blinding gaudiness. No doubt they'll clean it up, though. They can't stand anything contrary to perfection. But it's phony perfection that glows here. Make-up mud masks present plastic prettiness, contours caked in a creamy cover, mixing the winning ones in with the losers. Alliteration, top notch. Leave while you can. Go, scram, get out of here. Don't get sucked into the winner's circle unless you want your life stolen. Whoa. Oh my god. I think I actually recited that out loud in class once, and my class was surrounded, like it was heavily populated with popular kids. Yeah, I don't think they had any attention. They never listened to a word I said anyway, so I highly doubt they paid any attention to what I was saying. Well, I don't really know what to say, actually. I was expecting it to be worse. I'm still kind of proud of some of this, even though it was well over a decade ago. I'm still, I'm kind of impressed by myself. And the thing is that when I read these, I remember exactly how I was feeling when I was writing them. Often I would just write things down in my notebook, in my daily planner, just whatever things would come to mind, just sort of spend time, waste time, fill time, writing whatever was in my head. And I just had to get it out of my head and onto paper, whether or not it became something that I reworked and handed in, or just something that I'd read over and would help me sort of engage with the weird things I was feeling. I'm really glad that I have, well, for one, I've kept these, but that I made them in the first place. My love of creative writing has followed me into adulthood. I don't write as much anymore, but I do read a lot of it. I like to consume creative writing, and I love reading people's poetry, and I love reading fan fiction, as you well know. I fully support that. And if you're 12 or 22 or 57, however old you are, I highly, highly encourage you to use the written word as an outlet for weird feelings, to help just get you through some weird feelings. It can really, really help to just get weird thoughts that are messing up your head and muddying up and clouding up your head. Just leave them on the paper for a bit. Let the paper take the weight of your thoughts. It was really beneficial to me then. It still is beneficial to me now. And then looking back sometimes, as I'm doing now, it's a really cool feeling to sort of put yourself back there, but also remain in the place you are now. Anyway, now I'm rambling. I think I'll end today with a rather optimistic poem that I wrote. I don't really know what it was about. It kind of looks like I was about to run away. I didn't. I never did. But this one's called On Her Way to the Moon. She had had enough of this misery stuff, and the crying and fussing grew lame. So she gathered her clothes in a suitcase, then closed it and wiped from her memory a name. Without saying a word, she left on the 3rd. She wouldn't be back home soon. And closing her eyes, she shot into the skies and started on her way to the moon. Nice. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me on this little jaunt down memory lane. I'm still quite chuffed at some of these. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do is I'll choose some of my favorites from here and some more, and I'll probably put them on my Tumblr or something. I'll put a link down below. Also, leave me a message if you are someone who writes poetry, if you continue to write poetry, if you've got some good fan fiction I might like, whatever. Leave me some links and tell me about stuff. Let's talk about poetry. Let's get creative writing. It's a great outlet. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this video and you'd like to see some more like this. And if you haven't already, do click subscribe, because I'm starting a whole sort of series of high school Jenny, and there's some real corkers in that. Oh yeah, oh yeah. She was a weird one, for sure. Over here somewhere is a link to the last video in my High School Jenny series about boys and crushes. Yay! As always, have a wonderful day. Be extra good to yourselves. Stay groovy, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks!